something needs to be done. Something must be done. As I spend the last day alone, I'm literally shaking from trauma from the comment that a man made to me of a property I'm not even at right now. I'm not even physically near this man, and I'm terrified with every fiber of my being that he's going to choke me, to physically break my body with his hands, as I've seen in my dreams that he's going to do to me. And I keep thinking, oh, I'll see it coming. I'll be safe. I can keep myself safe. I know how to protect myself. I'm smart. Am I? Or is God kind and has already given me my warning? Then, as if God isn't kind enough, every day on my news feed, no more of the women that usually fill my feed. No, just one man. Never clicked on him before in my life, never seen him before in my life, didn't search for anything regarding narcissism, but God is good. God says, I know you like to look up happy stuff and Torah study and music and things like that, but you need to hear what a real strong man has to say about what real strong men are physically capable of doing, because they are so mentally weak. He says narcissistic abusers are dangerous because they come from broken childhoods. They come from being abused as a child. And what happens is we snap with our adult powers. I'm a narcissist. I believe that everyone lives on a spectrum of narcissism to holiness. To be human is to be a narcissist. But to not control our humanness and be capable of choosing what we want to do with our abilities as human, that's irresponsibility. That's danger. And when a small boy is angry from being raped or beaten or teased or neglected or not taken care of, I tell you, a hungry animal will feed himself. These are the 5 things that man, glory be to God for making Leon Walker Jr. and giving him the courage and the grace to speak his truth of what it means to abuse women, because he needs emotional nourishment and a sense of control over a physical circumstance that he didn't have control over as a child when he was being raped, neglected, malnourished, abused, or teased. Those are the things that make a man grow up and become really physically strong so he can beat his way to never experiencing that childhood pain again. That is the severe psychotic danger of narcissistic people, of narcissistic abuse, because it comes in the form of gifts and distraction and pleasure. And what's really, really upsetting to me, what really, really puts a fight in me for the care and preservation and support services being made available for other women, is that I am happy to be on my own. This man starts abusing me. He says to me on a message today, he's calling me the wrong word, sweet. He's saying it in Hebrew, but he's saying the word for an office suite. And I've corrected him once. He didn't understand. So I corrected him again. Hey, my name is Shira, but that's my Hebrew name. My name, Sweet, in Hebrew is not sweet. It's Matuka. And he says to me, I'm just asking for respect of my dignity of name. And he says to me, I can't wait until the day when I find out if you're really sweet or not. I'm sorry, what did he just say to me? Enough to make me do this. I've been shaking for so long, it's insane. I have woken up. That's the first communication of the day. Forget God, I've got a narcissist in my life, so he takes precedence. And what this man, Leon Walker Jr., has said, glory be to God for protecting my life, for sending these videos into my feed every day so that before I say anything to this man face to face where he can physically choke me out, that when you correct a narcissist, that's when they flip. That's when they go from buying you things and trying to entice you with gifts and delicious treats and anything they can possibly give you that they know you want to do, to being violent, cold, nasty. He said the word petty, but I don't think that really covers the psychotic violence and danger that occurs for most women in their home. If this man was in this room right now, I wouldn't be recording this. I'd be fighting for my life or dying. I'd be shaking and crying on the floor out of a self-protection mode, because I know that the comment that I made to him this morning is going to spiral. So much that after I made the comment, I started shaking even more. The comment was, that was inappropriate. Let me read it to you. I don't think I can read it to you while recording on my phone, unfortunately, but it was something along the lines of, that was inappropriate, and I do not want you to speak to me that way. Then I sent another message that said, please only speak to me and think of me in the ways that you would speak to and think about our friend Sally, who's a beautiful tzaddik woman. She's got a big family, and he has a lot of respect for her, so it seems. He's very close friends with her husband and has a lot of respect for him. I would hope that he has a perspective capability in his mind to conceive of respecting a woman's body at the level that he respects that man. I don't understand how these men call themselves straight when they are violently hateful and pathetically disgusting towards women and go out of their way to placate and serve and do anything for any other man. Now I'm just getting nasty because the pain is disgusting. The pain makes nastiness. Abuse causes abuse. So I'm becoming an abusive person. My day has now been colored with abuse, highlighted and streaked because of one text message that a man made so that he could feel some sexual pleasure in his day by subjugating me like a disgusting animal. Literally, animals have more legal rights than this. Animals have more social rights. This man would never make a comment like this or do anything to taste the insides of a living animal against their will. If he knew he wouldn't get in trouble for it, if I wouldn't retaliate, if no one found out, if he couldn't get hurt, if nothing ever happened, he would have already taken and raped me, best believe. Because I can feel it in my body. Because it's so strong that when I had my baby sister and her female musician friend, who was highly sensitive as well, in his space when he wasn't there, the next day I woke up regretting, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I had my baby sister and some other young female in this space. Those poor things probably felt his creepy flipping energy. And they don't need to feel that. And more importantly, my baby sister doesn't need to have me be an example of that being acceptable in my reality. That's what makes me upset. But what makes me most upset and shaking angry and wanting to really do something about it, at least to record, what my hope is that other women and men who care can team together and create infrastructure. Like, there's all these hotels and apartments and facilities for people to just buy money and make money and buy money and make money while they rape and beat their wives inside. Or, the opposite side of that is that women are narcissistic abusers. And they do it by making men feel so small that they make more narcissistic abusers. It's disgusting. Like, I think men have this dangerous ability to fold us in half physically and hurt us. But women are doing that to men, and it is narcissistic abusive mothers who create narcissistic abusive sons most often. Science shows, these are things that we're researching, that we're learning now, that we're contributing to, that we're living now. The reality is narcissism is an all-time high because religion is at an all-time low. We're either worshiping ourselves and one another or worshiping the one who made all of us one so we can respect one another as one. All I asked him was, please respect me. Don't ever speak to me like that again. And then I added the final text of, don't ever speak to me or think of me in the same ways that you would speak to or think about a prostitute ever. And I want you to remember this, and don't you ever forget this. I told them I want you to forget Amalek before you forget this instruction. Then I said, I'm now going to block you because I can't stop shaking from the trauma. And if you ever do this again, I said, you will be blocked for 1 day. And if you ever do this again, you will be blocked for 1 week. I hope he's getting the message. I know in my heart that he's a narcissist and that all he's feeling is pain and rejection and the poking of his childhood wound that's making him a narcissist. So it's just going to make him more of a violent narcissist, which is why I'm grateful to not be in his environment. And if I didn't have someone else covering my back, I would just be homeless or in a shelter right now. This is what I'm talking about, ladies. It's time to do something. It's time to get up and get to work and make something happen to protect one another, because even those of us who are married or in long-term relationships, most of us are being abused, neglected, malnourished, teased, or outright abused in their own homes. I love you all, and I'm right here. I love myself, and I'm right here. If anyone's gonna hit me, it's gonna be me, for my pleasure and not theirs. I'm a soldier. I'm a child of God. He made us soldiers for good, not victims of what's pathetic and wrong. Not victims of one another's pain, but recipients of one another's glory. The gifts of God that he's given us is the glory within us. That's what we're worth. That's what we're capable. That's what we need to share with one another. Because God is here filling us with love. He loves us and he's right here. And you know what? We need to be loving, to be respectful, to be full of care and attention for one another, even if it's hurtful or dangerous, if it needs to be said. In order to establish respect and dignity again, we need to speak up and act with courage, with safety, and with wisdom. May we all be so blessed to be a blessing for one another and to be a blessing and not a curse upon earth. And let us say,